Kirk Cousins versus Russell Wilson, Week 1 NFL. No, it's not Vikings against the Broncos or even Redskins against the Seahawks. It's Falcons against the Steelers. Two new big profile quarterbacks for both offenses that struggled last season. Will it help them here in Week 1, or is it still too early for it to make any difference? Well, I've got the answer. I got a way to play this over-under, a free play on the over-under total in this game, a money-making opportunity for you with analysis in just a moment. Hi, this is Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV, and we're breaking down your 1 o'clock Eastern game on Fox National TV this Sunday, September the 8th, between the Steelers and Falcons in Atlanta. This is one of the hottest tickets, seriously, in the NFL in Week 1 Sunday. In fact, I did a standalone video for Titans-Bears here on Wager Talk TV. Forgot to mention that's one of the highest priced tickets. In fact, Chargers-Raiders, it's kind of strange. And then also the Bears game with Caleb Williams making his debut. They're all in the $150 range for the cheapest ticket. Well, so is this Falcons game, I guess, because Kirk Cousins is making his home debut. New coach as well. Second stint, of course, for Raheem Morris in Atlanta. And this is a situation where, yes, I think the Falcons will be better than their 7-10 record each of the last 3 seasons, but we might not see it here in Week 1, especially with the new quarterback who's barely worked with this team at all, has had no real gameplay with them. And, of course, he tore his Achilles halfway through the season last year in Minnesota. Reports are that he's fine, he's ready to go, but I want to see it first and see how he meshes with the new team. And I also think with the star running back in Robinson, they're going to look to be a little conservative here in the opener and keep the ball on the ground, more small plays, which could eat up the clock. And then you've got a Pittsburgh team that's been much better defensively the last few seasons than offensively. In fact, Pittsburgh's strength has been their D. The last 3 seasons, they have been outscored on average. The last 3 years, they've been outscored overall in total points, but they've gone 9-8, 9-8, and 10-8. Including the playoffs. So this is a team that's had 3 straight winning seasons despite being outscored each of the last 3 years. And to put this in perspective, the Steelers started last year 6-3 straight up, and they were outgained yardage-wise in the first 9 games. They still won 6 of the 9. Very unusual to see that happening. So you could say, well, they're a play-against team this year, and I think they very well might be. And once again, I do feel the Falcons will probably be the better overall team when it's all said and done. And they are currently a 3-point home favorite, which shows they're slightly better because home field's not worth a pure 3 points, by the way, anymore in the NFL. It's worth about 1 to 2 points. This line has gone to 3.5 in some spots, so 3.5, very key number. If you're new to sports betting, about a 9 to 10% chance an NFL favorite's going to win by exactly 3. So instead of the side, let's look at the total in this game, and I do like the under. While both teams have new quarterbacks, high-profile quarterbacks, I think it's going to be a learning curve for both squads and also maybe a little bit more conservative game plan. And I mentioned how Pittsburgh's defense has been solid the last few seasons. Well, the Falcons finished last year actually better defensively than they started. Down the stretch, the Falcons actually played pretty good defense. If you discount those last 2 blowout losses against Chicago and New Orleans on the road, and keep in mind, yes, they were 7-8, but they kind of knew their season was over at that point. Before that, they actually played some decent defense in November, late November into early December. They had a stretch in which they gave up 15 points or less in 5 out of 6 games, or 4 out of 5 games rather, and held 3 out of 4 opponents to 10 points or less. So there is some upside to this Falcon defense this season. And although they used their first round pick on Michael Penix Jr. from Washington at quarterback, they did use the next 4 picks, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th round, all on defensive players, including some pass rushers. So I do look for an improvement from the Atlanta defense this year. I think a conservative game plan here in Week 1 for Cousins. And yes, Russell Wilson beat out Justin Fields, but as the old adage goes, when you have a 2-man quarterback rotation, when you have 2 quarterbacks, you've got no quarterback. Russell Wilson on the outside looking in after a great career, maybe a Hall of Fame career. And by the way, comment below. I want to get your thoughts on this. Is Russell Wilson a Hall of Fame quarterback? Super Bowl title. He's had some great numbers at Seattle. He's tarnished it a bit the last 2 years in Denver. I'd say he probably is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Comment below, though, and if he has a bad season in Pittsburgh, does that hurt his chance? It probably does. By the way, he was really bad, of course, in Denver 2 years ago, and he finished with his worst season ever. His QB rating was up a bit last year, and it was a little bit better than some other seasons in Seattle. But what really was down and jumped out to me was his yards per pass. They were really conservative with him. It was the only season last year in his career in which he averaged less than 7 yards per pass attempt, despite the 26-8 touchdown interception ratio, which was much better, by the way, than 2 years ago when he had a 16-11 mark in Denver. His yards per pass was the lowest in his career, going all the way back to 2012 when he started. I think that's a bad sign. I think the arm strength isn't there anymore. And just because he beat up Justin Fields does not mean he's the answer. So I look for an under in this game, under 42 points between Pittsburgh and Atlanta at 1 o'clock Eastern in Week 1 here on Sunday. Once again, comment below. I read all the comments. I reply back. What are your thoughts on this game? Russell Wilson, Hall of Fame, yes or no? Yay or nay? Kirk Cousins, Hall of Fame, yay or nay? I don't think he's quite there yet. He's got to play quite a bit more, in my opinion, although he has had a few good seasons. But also let me know what other games you're looking at the NFL. Don't forget, I read all the comments. I reply back, including in my NFL Fade the Public video, which will be up this weekend here on the channel. My Week 1 Fade the Public video will be ready for you, and that's always so popular as I give you the most public sides in the NFL, and we decide if we should fade them or play them in that video each week. Hey, click subscribe and make sure you click the bell when you do so you never miss when these free play videos or my Fade the Public video is posted this week for Week 1. Also, thumbs up, like goes a long way here to keep these videos free and plentiful. I know we're talking NFL. I also did some free play college football videos, but don't forget about baseball. I do daily free play baseball videos, and baseball is a great moneymaker. In fact, we've been scorching it as the time of this recording on a current 17-5 and 20-6 baseball winning runs over the past few weeks. Number one the last 30 days, going 27-12, up 53 units. And it's not a surprise. MLB totals have been ranked number one all season. Sides are winning as well. And once again, it's just been a fantastic baseball season. And it will continue here in the month of September and then the playoffs and World Series in October. Not a bad time to get an all sports, all access. We've got the full year, 1 year special for just $3 a day. Special promo code saves you $800 instantly, SM365 for that $800 discount on the 1 year package. That's posted, by the way, on my page, SM365. Gets you an $800 discount. So if you're about to get on board for the 1 year, and I don't blame you, college and pro basketball right around the corner as well. Use that promo code SM365 for an $800 discount. Or if you want to dip your toes in the water and try out a 3-day sampler, this is the week to do so, as we've discounted the price from $69 down to $49. No promo code needed. You get 3 days and nights of all sports. That's Major League Baseball, college football, and pro football. You pick the 3 days and nights that you want. Hey, insider tip here. You can actually go back to back and make it a 6-day package by getting 2 3 days. Not a bad idea if you want to get extra football. But once again, 3 days and nights. You pick the 3 days you want, and you use the special that's on my page right now. No promo code needed. 3 days and nights of all sports for just $49. Steve Merrill, wagertalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. And while you're there, check out a daily free play. I put a free baseball or football play up every day as well. Games are just a bit outside from making the cut. Free bonus play for everybody on my page at wagertalk.com. Check me out also on X, on Twitter, at Steve Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L. At Steve Merrill on X and on Instagram as well. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV for some more great free betting content coming up next.